parents and coaches. Do you wish you had a safe social media platform for your youth athletes? Fortunately for you, there's a revolutionary new app that helps with just that. Introducing Small Player, Big Play. Small Player, Big Play app provides young athletes, parents, and coaches a user-friendly sports social media platform. The app allows users to connect with friends, make new friends, create groups, text, chat, and post pictures and videos of you and your teammates participating in your favorite sport or activity. To begin, users can simply download and sign up for the app using an email account. Younger users have the ability to sign up using their smartphone and a parent's email address. From there, users can begin to interact and engage with other users of the app. Small Player Big Play app also gives users the ability to live stream full games and events. You can live stream your event so that friends, family, or anyone in the world can see you in action. Users can also share posts from the app to their other social media accounts like Facebook and Twitter. What are you waiting for? Get in the game and share your love of sports with the world. Download the Small Player Big Play app today.
Are you ready to listen to my dad Joe and Uncle Justin talk about sports? Now on with the show.
The Joe Mays and J-Raff Show is brought to you by Mays Sandwich Shop, which have been serving the greater West Lawn area delicious food for over 70 years. You are listening to the Joe Mays and J-Raff Show.
Boring.
A weekly podcast about sports since 2011.
Don't you ever get tired of being wrong all the time?
With a focus on football.
Sue, late in his career, is going to have his first Super Bowl title. Now, no wonder they want to call it Tampa Bay. Or Tampa Brady. One more snap, would you have guessed when this impossible season was trying to launch that you'd get it all in, you'd get to Tampa, and when the Super Bowl ended, the ball would be in the hands of Tom Brady.
I don't know why we ever think it won't.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers have a second Super Bowl title in franchise history.
And Tom Brady doesn't pass the torch quite yet to Mahomes, does he?
No.
Even though
you're looking at the greatest right there.
Now, here are your hosts, Joe Mays and Justin Raffoff. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Joe Mays and J-Raff Show, here on a special Thursday evening edition of the podcast with episode 334. I don't currently have my mask on because my partner is not here yet. Justin will be arriving momentarily. And why are we broadcasting Thursday evening randomly at the end of April? Well, it's because it's the first round of the annual NFL draft, and it's one of my favorite professional sporting events that don't involve actual games of the entire year. For the better part of my life, it was my favorite sporting event, mostly because my teams usually weren't in the championship game, save for maybe the 2008 Phillies and a couple of Flyers appearances here and there, though they didn't win. I didn't have much to look forward to, so the draft is kind of what I hung my hat on, and I was big time into it for, honestly, probably 20 years. It was mid-90s when I started watching it, and then I was involved for 7 or 8 years with drafttech.com, a great NFL draft site that I continue to reference throughout the year. And we're going to be watching the first round tonight. It's just getting started now. We should have the Jacksonville Jaguars on the clock if they weren't already put on. I need to pull up my TV stream, and we'll get rocking and rolling. Now, while we watch and discuss the NFL draft here this evening, Justin and I are going to be playing through our NCAA Football 14 Dynasty. We're going to continue that here. We have at least one game left. Our season finale, regular season finale, is against number 24, 10-1 FIU at the home of the Florida Atlantic Owls, our team that Justin and I have been co-coaching. We are sitting at 5-6. We need to upset this FIU team that's in the top 25 to become bowl eligible at 6-6, and then maybe get picked for a bowl, which we would also play this evening. So we will be wrapping up year one of Coach Joey Raffoff and his Florida Atlantic Owls tonight, and progressing in the future to year two, which Justin and I said we will most likely stay at Florida Atlantic to get another year in and see how much we improve, especially having our first draft class under our belts. So we'll see what happens. That's all going to go down this evening. But like I mentioned, the main focus is going to be the 2021 NFL Draft. Now, we're going to be streaming that here on our phones and computers, so we may lag a bit if you're watching this on broadcast on your cable or satellite provider. But we are going to discuss each and every pick, the goods and the bads, the highs and the lows. Is it shocking or not? Did it go as expected? All that great stuff. Obviously, if you're new to the show, you may not know, but you probably can figure out by what I'm wearing and the helmet behind me that I'm a Miami Dolphins fan, and my Dolphins currently hold the number 6 pick. Justin is our resident Philadelphia sports fan, so he is the diehard Eagles guy. They pick currently set to pick at number 12, and we'll see what happens. There have been a lot of trades in the first round over the years. I think usually a handful or more. Now, there were a few leading up to this draft or in years past that have kind of pushed things around a bit here and there, but we'll see if there are any big trades this evening during the first round. Now, the big news that has broken really over the last 4 hours or so is how upset Aaron Rodgers really is with the Green Bay Packers, and is that going to be resolved this evening? Is Aaron going to return to Green Bay? He's under contract. He wants a contract extension, but he seems to be a little bit more upset and disgruntled about more than just his contract, which is expiring, I believe, in 2 years. Don't quote me on that, but I think there's 2 years left on his current deal. He is not happy with what happened last year in the draft when the Packers drafted his, you would think, future replacement and not getting him more help on the offensive side of the ball. So he's been upset for the entire year, and it kind of came to a head this evening. The rumors are that he'd like to return closer to his home or at least be on the West Coast. There was maybe a trade in the works with San Francisco, or Green Bay could have been entertaining it. San Francisco maybe was the front man on that, but trading within the NFC, probably not going to fly. There was a report that if a trade is going to happen involving Aaron Rodgers, it would likely have to be to someone like Denver or Oakland. Well, Las Vegas. So we'll see if any of that happens this evening. It's an interesting situation for a variety of reasons, and while I talk about a few of them, I throw up the contact information and remind everyone that the Joe Mays and J-Raff show is proudly sponsored by Mays Sandwich Shop and the app Small Player Big Play. We appreciate the support from both of those businesses, and we implore you to please visit them in person or online. You can check out Mays Sandwich Shop in West Lawn or visit them at ordermays.com. And Small Player Big Play is a youth sports streaming app that is available on both the Apple and Google Play app stores. If you would like to contact us here at the Joe Mays and J-Raff Show, you can do so by emailing the Mays Sandwich Shop inbox at joemaysandjraff@gmail.com. We also have the telephone number and our social media handle at Joe Mays and J-Raff. And we are streaming on a variety of services, as we always do, including Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch. Twitch is relatively new for us here since we were starting our NCAA Football 14 streams. We thought we would throw Twitch into the mix, and we are coming live there as well, trying to build a base. So if you are on the Twitch platform, give us a follow there as well. So we do not have Justin in-house quite yet. He is on his way, so he will be here soon. So Aaron Rodgers it's just, things are falling apart there. It's mimicking what happened with him and the Packers, with the Packers and their previous All-Pro, All-Star, Hall of Fame bound, or Hall of Fame quarterback Brett Favre. Aaron Rodgers is now upset with the way things are going. He feels like he's getting pushed out and not getting the help he needs, and he would like to get out of the situation and not be a mentor to Jordan Love. It's just really weird how it parallels just the way things were, about 15 years ago. And it's not an ideal situation to be in. he is under contract, so I'm not really sure what he can do. He can not report and hold out, but he's not going to get paid. Also, what are the Packers going to get in return if they do trade him and they can find multiple trading partners that can maybe up the price? I just can't see them trading him within the NFC. That seems to spell doom for the franchise altogether, because now you most likely will have to go through him to even make the Super Bowl. I guess you could say it'd be worse if you beat him in the Super Bowl and lose to him in the Super Bowl if he's sent to the AFC team. But just a little bit of a disaster all around. It was a little surprising to see it come to a head today, just because we heard that he was upset a year ago, but then the season went on and things were pretty good until once again the playoffs, where they were beat by the Buccaneers. Just real odd situation. We would love to hear from you and your take on Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers and anything that happens in tonight's NFL draft. And let's check the actually Justin is arriving here, so he's going to take some of the heat off me here, and I can get the NFL draft stream up and going so that we can discuss what is happening. There he is. I'm going to slip my mask on now, and here we go. So Justin, has anything happened that you're listening to in the car?
Not that I heard of. They were waiting to get started.
I was going to say, it takes a while for them to even put the first team on the clock.
Yeah.
So it doesn't sound like it's even started. So we haven't missed much. I've just kind of been talking about the Aaron Rodgers situation.
Oh my God.
So let me turn your mic on. That would help. So, yeah. Do you have anything to say about the Aaron Rodgers situation before we start gaming? If you just turn the controller on.
Okay.
I'm assuming you're playing defense as we've been doing.
Yeah. If that's all right.
We're kicking off.
Okay. So the only thing that I thought was rather interesting was somebody's like, if he sprung this on him on like basically on draft night, like that was like a big sense of getting revenge from last year. Like he's still not over them last year, not like trading up to draft his replacement.
Well, that's what it kind of sounds like, that he was mad all year and now he's. But there was also reports that the team was trying to trade him, and maybe that was discussing with him all along the last few months and weeks, and maybe because nothing happened, now he's like, hey, I'm going to force your hand.
Right.
There's a water there for you, by the way.
Thank you.
So I let everyone know that we're playing this game while we're going to keep up with the draft and discuss every pick. I told them that we need to defeat this 10-1 and top 25 team to even become bowl eligible. I won't tell you that roster numbers wise we are better than FIU. I'm not going to tell you that. Actually, and maybe you don't feel this way after that first play, but ranking wise, you know how they show you the four ranks for each of them? This should be an easy matchup for you and a terrible matchup for me.
Oh gosh.
So.
Yeah, that first play wasn't great. They got some. Well, I bit on the zone read and.
All right, the Jags are officially on the clock. So here we go with the 2021 NFL Draft. I don't think it should take 10 minutes for Jacksonville to turn in the Trevor Lawrence card. Do you?
I hope not. It wouldn't surprise me if it does, though.
I don't understand what takes them so long to do some of this, but the reason I'm not a general manager, I guess. Like, if you have the first pick, you had to have known what was going on. If you're really wavering. I can't see anyone wavering. How about the Tim Tebow news? How about that?
So, at first I was like, oh my gosh, and then I immediately was like, not that surprising. Like, why not? Why not try him out?
Yeah, tight end, does it matter?
Although I say, like, why not try him out? It does make, it's going to be a big headline, but I feel like it won't be that big of a deal unless they really have him, stick around for a little bit. Oh, sorry, I should have let you.
Oh, is that the return?
Yeah, sorry.
All right, so I have the draft up on my phone, although it might be frozen, so it's not looking too good here. I'm hearing music, but nothing's advancing, so I can try a different way then. Oh, let's see.
Jefferson's probably already tweeted out like the first.
Like, yeah, like all of them, everything that's happened so far. So we're definitely, I mean, I know we just talked about this on Sunday, but we're definitely convinced that it's going to be Lawrence, Wilson 1-2.
Yeah, I think it's absolutely going to be Lawrence and Wilson 1-2.
The quarterback brings his troops out onto the field for the first drive of the game. 5 wide.
So after that first play, we were able to buckle down and get a stop. So that's ideal.
Do you have, yeah, that was a good stop after the first big run. Do you have an opinion at 3 of where, well I guess it's 2 questions.
To be honest, I have
One,
no idea what they're doing.
who are they going to take, who do you think they're going to take, and who do you think they should take? And this is the 49ers at number 3.
I think they should take Justin Fields. I'm not convinced they don't take Justin Fields. I really don't know. Yeah, it just keeps freezing.
What did I say to you today? What if they trade up and shock everyone and take Kyle Pitts?
That would be.
That would really shake things up.
Yeah, that would definitely be interesting.
All right, I'll have to pull up a different. I can try it a different way. That's through the Xfinity Stream app, so
Okay.
I can try it a different way.
I'll just kind of pull up.
I feel like 3 is interesting to me just because I want to know what's happening with San Francisco. Anytime it involves a quarterback, it's going to be interesting. But what's more important to me is 4 and 5. Like, I need to know what Atlanta and Cincinnati are doing so that Miami can tell what they're getting into. Because if Atlanta or someone in that spot that they trade with takes a quarterback, I know Miami's guaranteed one of the top 2 pass catchers in Pitts or Chase. And people just assume that those 2 are going to be the guy.
Right.
With the trade of Eric Flowers, which we just talked about on Sunday, about how I wasn't super happy about being mocked a tackle at 18 because I said that Robert Hunt could play guard, but they have enough guards right now. Well, then the team turns around on Monday or Tuesday and trades Eric Flowers. So they open up a spot to move Hunt inside, which he might be better suited for anyways. That now they have a right tackle open. Now they did sign DJ Fluker and they have Jesse Davis, who's manned the spot before, but he never really got the job done before, so he's not a long-term answer.
Right.
And DJ Fluker's been moved inside as well because he wasn't a great tackle when he was drafted by the Chargers. They're stopgap options, which maybe could get through another year of, and it's the right. Well, but see, the right tackle is to his blind side, so there's all kind of weird moving components there about that, but. I don't think Miami takes Sewell at 6. If Pitts and Chase are both gone, if they stay put, it's going to be Waddle or Devontae, I would think. Or they might look to trade down a few spots. So I really am interested to see what happens at 4 and 5. I hope a quarterback goes or...
well, I heard somebody say that like all 5 quarterbacks could go in the top 10. Like when it's all said and done, and I would love that situation.
Yeah, that just means good receivers and defenders drop down the board.
Right. Right.
And tackles.
Yeah.
So.
Nice. Very nice.
All right. I like this backup better than the starter.
Yes.
Although our biggest recruit is a running back. So
even better.
We'll see. What am I doing?
Competition.
So did the Jags take Lawrence yet?
I'm trying to look.
I'll have to reload that stream then. But so in your gut, who do you think the Eagles are going to get? Who do you want them to get?
I wouldn't surprise me if they take the kid from Michigan.
Kwity Paye?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's how you say his name.
Yeah, I don't either. But like just based on what they were saying, but you never know. Like
nice kick, plenty of distance.
Maybe a touchback. Yes.
Nice.
Goes into the end zone, down for a
All right.
touchback.
So I got ESPN working. I prefer NFL Network, but if that's not working, I'm going to stick with ESPN for now. So the Jags have 3 minutes and 40 seconds left on the clock.
Okay.
I'm not sure what's taking so long, or if the NFL just tells them to stall, but...
Maybe they're trading for Rodgers.
Oh my gosh. But keeping the number 1 overall pick, and they're taking Pitts.
Oh my gosh. Well, the one mock we looked at last week had them trading back up in.
Well, a lot of people think that they could be a destination for Freiermuth in the top of the second round. So it'll be interesting to see what happens.
I mean, part of me is like, oh, that would be cool, like, because he'd be on a team that people are gonna pay a lot of attention to.
Right.
I don't want him to go there, but like, it would be cool.
How many Penn Staters go in the first?
One.
You don't think Owe goes at the end of the first?
No.
I've seen him getting mocked like mid to late 20s.
And I hope that would be awesome. That would be great for him. I don't know. We'll see. You think there's any truth to the stuff that Parsons is going to fall? Like,
well, if he falls, I hope it's not past 18.
Right. So, like, here's the thing. Like, I think he may fall a little bit.
I think he falls out of the top 10, but I don't think he makes it to like 20.
Right. Like, all this talk about him, people will take a flyer on him, even if they think he's.
Nice. That's the end of the first. So we're down to 2 minutes on the clock for the Jaguars. I'm watching Susie Colbert talk. Now Schefter's on.
I saw a thing on Louis Riddick. He was like a last-minute fill-in.
Yeah, like 3 or 4 years ago or something, and now he's there like full-time. That's awesome.
That's really cool. Because
Adam just texted, why isn't the pick in yet? Seriously.
I really like him. Like.
Oh, the pick is in. The pick is in. Jaguars pick is in. So we'll see what happens with Jaguars. Everyone expects it to be Trevor Lawrence. I don't follow recruiting that closely, and this doesn't surprise me, but I guess Trevor Lawrence was anointed all the way back in high school as like a future number 1 overall pick. Like we've heard that happen before.
The other huge quarterback in that class was Justin Fields, which is interesting that they both worked out that way.
Wow, yeah, that's
not
something.
Oh my gosh, make the tackle.
So Trevor Lawrence, huge Peyton Manning fan. What a shock. Surprised he didn't go to Tennessee then. Yeah, I guess he had his pick if he was a future number 1 overall pick. I knew he was a big deal when Deshaun Watson and Clemson were big.
Right.
Because was he? No, he started as a true freshman.
It was after that. Kelly Bryant was the kid he replaced.
Right. No. Yeah. I know that. I was trying to think. Was he already on the team? But no, he started as a true freshman, right? He took over for Bryant halfway through his freshman year, right?
Yeah,
and then Bryant transferred the next year.
Yeah, it was a few games in because Bryant then sat because they had changed the transfer rules.
Yeah.
So he sat, so it didn't use up.
He went to Missouri, right?
Right.
So Jaguars pick is in. We're just waiting for the official announcement. Shock the world. Make this not be Trevor Lawrence. People would go nuts. Oh. Imagine Urban Meyer takes Justin Fields.
Oh my gosh.
I don't think that organization, the fan base would oh my gosh, there would be an uprising.
It's interesting. I mean, so what's interesting with him.
Oh! I thought you had it.
What's interesting with him too is that he's from Georgia. Now he left Georgia, but he's from Georgia.
You think he goes to Atlanta? You mean?
Well, no. I'm just saying that Jacksonville is not far from.
All right,
Georgia
official pick: Trevor Lawrence, quarterback from Clemson. Not a surprise. That shouldn't be a shock to anyone. Live shot. Trevor Lawrence is the number 1 overall pick to Jacksonville. So that was 99.99% certainty. I assume the next pick is about a 98% certainty that it's going to be Zach Wilson, the quarterback from BYU. The Jets have been on the clock for a few minutes already. There's only 7 minutes left for their pick. Do you think this could be a shock? We knew it was going to be Lawrence. You think they're sticking Wilson no matter what?
Yep.
Held him to a field goal. All right, now I got to milk the clock and here and
milking the clock and getting a score before half would be great.
Yeah, because we received too.
Yeah, or honestly, even just getting it into. Oh. You just got a text. You need to go up.
What's that?
You got a text. You need to go up. That's not like the first one that read. It made me stop. But so when we look at this stuff, we look at some of the things here, like, I mean, I feel like I feel like they got rid of Sam Darnold. They're obviously going quarterback. I don't know. I mean, you can see they're showing Zach Wilson. You feel like he's got to be the pick here. I mean, I know back when they traded Sam Darnold, Adam Schefter immediately texted Zach Wilson and said, "Welcome to New York." They're taking pictures. He's absolutely going to New York. I think it'll be interesting to see how Zach Wilson does. You know, the key will be if they get stuff to help him, because if they don't get stuff to help him, they're gonna have the same issues with Sam Darnold, or that they had with Sam Darnold. The key is they don't have Adam Gase as their coach. So not having Adam Gase as their coach is a huge help, and we'll come back to that once Joey's able to rejoin us here, because the whole key, like he as a Dolphins fan, he knows the sorrows of having Adam Gase as your quarterback or as your coach, and supposedly the quarterback guru. So basically, to summarize what I was talking about, because
all right, crisis averted.
Yeah. The first one said emergency, I need you, and I'm like, okay, that's why I was saying they have to be taking quarterback. Obviously, they got rid of Sam Darnold. I said, but I don't know that they have the weapons to really help Zach Wilson or any other quarterback. Go. You know, because they're really struggling in terms of talent on their team. But the biggest plus for them is that Adam Gase probably isn't their coach. Well, he isn't their coach anymore, and that's probably the biggest plus for them.
Robert Saleh is.
And I said, we can ask Joey about Adam Gase as the coach. Like, what are your thoughts on Adam Gase?
Look, I was high on that hiring when he came in.
Oh my gosh, I wanted him for the Eagles.
Like, he was absolutely what I wanted, but then, like, things just kept happening that I was like, what is going on down there? And by the end, I was like, this is not working out. And then he went to the Jets, and I was just like, why? Like, what redeeming factor did you see in this seasons with Miami? Good Lord. They blew that up.
Yeah.
Great. Now I have to throw the ball.
Oh, gosh. It's interesting. Like, the Jets are under 4 minutes now on the clock. Yeah, I'm high on
Turn around.
Salah. So we'll have to see how it goes for him, but yeah, I mean, I think Zach Wilson gives them as decent a shot as any quarterback. You know, like,
he's got the corner. He's out to the 30.
And they were able to get a lot of draft capital by trading Sam Darnold. So
right.
Momentum swings have been fairly even. And with so little separation,
Zach Wilson looks super young. I mean, he is only 20, right? Or is he older?
Oh, see, I thought he was older.
Is he older, or is Justin Fields the one that's only 20? Or is it Lawrence? I get confused. I've read so much about all the quarterbacks, now I don't even remember which one is which.
This is just me. Usually the guys from BYU are older.
Right.
Catches it, and he's looking for more. The Panthers taking their first time out.
Oh, the pick is in.
7 yards there. Hey, they picked up a nice gain of 7 yards on that.
So we played almost an entire half of a game, and we have not heard the second pick yet. I don't know if that's good or bad. I mean, for my sleep tonight, it's very bad. Because I am absolutely staying up until at least Miami's second pick. So, and there's absolutely no way this is going to be over by 11 o'clock. I don't remember when it ended last year. I know we streamed for the first like 2.5 hours. Because we wanted to hear, we got to Miami's pick, and I think we got to the Eagles pick of Rager, right?
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about that?
No. Alright, he was short.
I know there's been a lot of jokes of late about the Eagles in the draft today, but
I honestly have zero idea what they're gonna do.
do you think they do try to trade up like people have been saying? I guess if they don't have to give up the one they got from Miami next year, it wouldn't make a huge difference if they need to go up and get someone. But I think they're just as likely to trade down and try to get more.
Knocked out of bounds after the catch.
Oh, my gosh.
Jets pick is in. So here we go, ESPN. Let us know what's going on. Who is the Jets pick? We're watching ESPN while playing a game featuring ESPN. Nice. Great sack. Oh, here comes Goodell to the podium. We're going to get the announcement of the Jets pick. So here we go. Yep, Zach Wilson. So there's the pick. So the Jets have another new quarterback 3 years after picking their last savior for the franchise.
Another sack. Yes.
Nice. Knock him out of field goal range.
I'm not, like...
Don't worry about
I don't want
timeout.
to risk it. I'm playing conservative.
Now, if they... You get them stopped here on a sack.
If they go quick here and we stop them. Like timeout now?
Yeah, timeout. So Zach Wilson is there. He's walking the pseudo red carpet, moving. He's high-fiving Jets fans. He's happy. He's excited.
Punt return, so
I mean, for him, if he is successful,
oh man,
there's no better place to be.
No,
except playing for the Giants. But you know,
Right.
you're in New York.
Right.
You're playing for New York B team, but that's okay. You're in the city.
But you look at it like, if you're the man there, and you, if you can get them to a championship,
Oh yeah, you're a legend.
It's not true in the long term, but in the short term, you become the guy who like propelled the younger brother ahead of the big brother.
Yeah, saved
You know
the
what I mean? Like,
franchise.
you know. Yeah, so like it would be really cool for him. I mean, I'm not really. No offense to him, but I'm not something I'm hoping.
I mean,
to
I
see.
hope it doesn't happen.
Right. Nice. Very nice.
All right,
So what do you think the Niners do?
That is a great
I
question.
think they're going. If I have to say, I think they're going Justin Fields.
You think they're going Fields?
This is where it gets
All right,
fun,
so
right?
the consensus had been Mac Jones.
Right.
You're saying Fields. I'll say Trey Lance.
All right, there we go.
Just to cover all of our bases. We can't go wrong, right?
Right, exactly.
Some one of those three is going to be correct.
Nice. Wait till the last second.
There was some miscommunication down there by the defense that allowed for that
Very
big
nice.
game.
How much time do they get for each pick here?
10 minutes.
Okay. I knew they short. It used to be 15. Remember that?
Yeah.
That was awful.
All right, I can take a shot or two at the end zone before getting a field goal.
Yeah, absolutely. I know some people there tonight at the gym.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
In Cleveland. Is Joe there?
He is not. He's
Oh,
not.
I
But
thought you were telling
people
Joe.
I know through Joe are there.
He rolls out to the left.
Good move.
I didn't like any of those throws.
Right, and it's better to get out of bounds.
I guess I could have thrown it away, too.
Yeah, but we don't have any timeouts. So like, you just want to be careful. That's good.
Oh!
All right, first and goal, 11 seconds. Oh my gosh. Whew. That's awesome.
Jet sweep.
It's first down. They'll be looking for 6 points here.
You're doing jet sweep?
I'm kidding.
Is up by 4.
Oh my God! Come on!
Here we go. Jets first round quarterbacks. Joe Namath, Richard Todd, Ken O'Brien, Chad Pennington, Mark Sanchez, Sam Darnold, and now Zach Wilson. is huge. Oh my gosh.
Throwing back across the field.
The running back with no timeouts and like, oh my gosh. Nice drive, buddy. That's huge.
A nice 7-play, 80-yard drive.
7 plays. That's one of the best drives. That may be the best drive of the season for me.
Oh yeah.
With having to do it all passing, which that's just not my thing.
14-3.
When you take into account like what that, I mean, I hope that turns out to be big. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. We'll just put the exclamation point on it by scoring after halftime.
here we go.
Oh, is it already?
Yep.
All right,
Yep.
plug my phone in. Just watch the cord.
In front by 11.
All right. Well, let's do this.
All right, so under 3 minutes left for the Niners, and we're up 14-3.
Yeah.
All right, and we're getting the ball.
I'm getting the ball. That's huge.
Yeah. This will be a great time for one of those 6-7 minute touchdown drives of yours.
Why don't I just return the kick?
I'll take that too.
He's to the 20.
Ah!
He's tackled at the
See,
29.
it just gives you more room to go.
That's all right,
so
Ron.
they have the phone, or they have the camera in lots of different living rooms here. It looks like.
Things going again.
I mean, if I was one of the prospects who thought I might be going here, it would be tough to like kind of joke around. But I would definitely want to like pull my phone up to my ear like every time like I see the red light going on the camera. You know?
Yep. Faux show. I really like. I have no like. I could see if someone was like, "It's definitely gonna be Mac Jones." I'm like, "Yep, yes, definitely Justin Fields." Okay, definitely Trey Lance. Like, yeah, like I see all of it. Oh, come on.
Around the 31-yard line.
Ah, I don't like that.
They'll line up with 5 wide receivers.
Oh, the pick is in.
Nearly picked off, but he couldn't.
Well,
So the defense gets him to go.
All right, all right.
so frustrating.
Forcing this incomplete pass.
Signals for a quick catch.
Here we go. Be a great time for a turnover.
Frustrating. That did not go as planned.
Be a great time for a turnover.
Great time for a
There's gotta be
turnover.
some sense
49ers
of
pick is
urgency
in.
to this offense right
Come
now.
on, hit us with it. They already got the Falcons on the clock. They're already down to 9 minutes. Oh boy.
He gets to about the
Let's get a fumble.
34-yard line.
Let's get a fumble.
Good execution on the
I'd take
counter,
that.
and that'll be a 10-yard gain. Brought down at the 44. Here they come. Tackle around the 49-yard line.
I love the tackle at 7 yards, but you throw him forward for another 4.
My friend from Penn State that was in the Department of Meteorology with me said Jacksonville doesn't need Freiermuth when they have Tebow now. He's a Jets fan, by the way, so I'm sure he enjoyed me ripping on them.
He fires this one.
Only reason Gase got head coach of the Jets was because of the Manning endorsement.
That's true. I like was that Adam that sent us that thing that was like the best argument for Peyton Manning being the greatest ever is that like what he did with Gase as his offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
That should have been a fumble. It was backward
Here by the
pass.
defense. If you let this quarterback set and throw, he'll kill you all game. But they got excellent pressure on that play.
Oh, I missed the pick.
Second down, 10 yards to go. All on the
I think it's Trey Lance.
Really?
Yeah. Yep, Trey Lance.
All right. That's awesome.
So wait, I was right.
Good for him. You were right.
I was right. Of course I was right. I knew what they were doing.
They'll bring him down.
Knew it the whole time. Never a doubt.
Oh man.
Never a doubt. Adam says didn't see that coming. Now, is he being sarcastic or?
No, I think he's being serious. He didn't see that coming. Oh my gosh. Ran out of the tackle.
It's all right. Waste time. I'll try to get the ground game going, and we'll bury him. We'll bury him. So Trey Lance. So three picks, 3 quarterbacks. Lawrence, Wilson, Lance. So Mac Jones and Justin Fields still out there and available. Falcons on the clock. 6.5 minutes to go on the Falcons pick. Are they listening to trade offers from teams that want a quarterback like the Broncos, though they just traded for Teddy Bridgewater? The Panthers, though they traded for Sam Darnold. The Patriots, the Bears. A sleeper team that some people said could be interested in a quarterback was the Vikings. Because I guess, is this Cousins' last year of his deal?
I think this is the last one.
So, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Oh, I thought you had him. It's all right. Here we go. We got this. A less than ideal start to the second half. The third quarter wasn't our friend, but we'll get him in the fourth quarter. 5:40 left for the Falcons. We'll see what happens. So Trey Lance it is.
Well, and that's huge because that means, well, the impression would be that Jimmy Garoppolo is going to stick around for at least a little bit then. I would think.
Well, yeah, there were some people that thought there was no way that he's not ending back in New England this weekend.
Right.
But there was a report today that said that the Patriots aren't expected to trade for Garoppolo anytime soon.
It's interesting too because they may just if I'm the Niners, I say look, our plan is Garoppolo right now, and that in a way just kind of pushes the price up. You know what I mean? If you want him, you got to pay to come get him. Good first down run.
I wanted that read, but I hate when that second defender is just hanging out.
Uncle Rich says he was hoping he would fall to the Pats.
Lance.
Yeah, but he's like, maybe Mac Jones will come down.
Hey, Uncle Rich, do you want Mac Jones or Justin Fields if the Patriots trade up?
He wants, so I think he thinks Mac Jones, but we'll see if that's who he wants.
Yeah, I want to know who he wants, not who he thinks they're going to get. Of the remaining two, now that Lance is off the board, which one would you want? Bama's Jones or Ohio State's Fields? I can understand arguments either way, you know?
Right, exactly. Nice run. That's huge.
I wanted to audible out with that safety. Every time I audible out, though, they check out of it.
They need about 3 yards to get the first.
Should I run this play or let it go?
I let it go. Let it get into the third or into the fourth. Yep, absolutely.
Get some guys some air, a little breather. I'll have to look when we're done with this game.
Not an Ohio State player.
Hey, I'm with you on that. I understand.
Yeah, you're not going to hear complaints here.
Yeah. Got many feelings about Ohio State. None of them are good, so.
Nice. Way to pick up the first down. Quarterbacks selected first, second, third in the same class. Jim Plunkett, Archie Manning, and Dan Pastorini went to the Pats, Saints, and Oilers. Tim Couch, McNabb, and Achilles Smith went to the Browns, Eagles, Bengals.
And only one of those three worked out.
Yeah.
Nice run up the middle. Emlyn gets about 4 yards on the counter for
And now Lawrence Wilson went.
And was there ever a draft that had 4 in a row?
I doubt it. Maybe some way back, but I doubt it. Especially because free agency didn't exist.
Yeah, that's true.
Falcons pick is in. Nice. First down.
Yeah.
Huge.
Run that
Up to
clock.
the 7-yard line. First down. 5 guys will be out in the pattern.
There we go.
They're in the shotgun.
I'm fascinated. Do they go Pitts here?
Pitts or a quarterback.
Man, I hope they take quarterback. Just like
I want that so
I'm here
badly.
for the chaos, man. I'm here for the chaos.
Yeah.
That's all right.
I like to get 4.
Maybe 3 yards.
4 to 5, I prefer.
Yep.
3's not going to get it done unless I go for a
Let's get
4.
it under 3. Let's get it down to at least 2 yards here. 3rd and 2 we can deal with.
From the 34-yard line.
We're going to get to 2 minutes here,
All
though.
right, here we go.
Is the pick in? Are they announcing?
Yeah, he's walking out to the mic. Actually, he's walking out to some guy sitting in a recliner. I'm not making that up.
The nice thing about playing this game and streaming it is we're not getting spoiled on Twitter.
Right, exactly.
Oh, no!
To about the 32-yard line.
Oh, they took a timeout. Now, do I run it or do I try to pick it up?
Kyle Pitts.
Did they?
Yep.
Bengals, please take Sewell. Bengals, please take Sewell.
3rd down, 5 yards to go.
You moving for Chase at 6?
I want Chase.
Yep.
Less than 2 minutes in the 4th quarter.
Kyle Pitts, that makes sense. A lot of people said if Kyle Pitts goes, that's a sign that, yes!
First down!
They said that's a sign that Julio gets traded after June 1st. Did you see the swing in money? Like, if they trade him after June 1st, it, like, frees up $15 million or something like that. If they trade him before, it, like, costs 12.
But I don't think they actually have to wait that they can designate it a post.
Right, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Although, I don't know. See, I don't know how liability, like, works into all that, you know?
Yeah.
Up the middle for a nice game. The Panthers
Last time
take
out.
That was the last time out. Nice.
2nd down, and they're going to need about 3
First down
yards to
seals
get
it.
The first down.
There it is.
Gets out to around the 6.
Yes. Nice.
21 rush, 120 yards.
Right.
And this is the 12th play of the drive.
Tick, tick, tick. All right, so how much time's left on the Bengals pick? Like 7 minutes?
6.5 minutes.
6.5
yeah.
minutes.
So quarterback, tight end. I mean, I know Pitts is like a hybrid tight end style. But
Yeah, he's an interesting amalgamation.
it'll be interesting because, like,
Takes it up the middle for a nice run.
I know the Bengals or the Falcons have been like banged up, over the years and stuff, but I've never felt like it's the lack of weapons that has been their issue.
Right.
Like, they haven't been able to protect Matt Ryan or run the ball or stop anyone. Like, they could never do like any 2 of those 3 things.
Right. I mean, and really think about how things have gone since they blew the Super Bowl in the fourth
Somebody
quarter.
said, so they went 9-7 the next year, I think, or maybe 10-6. But then they went 7-9 back-to-back year. Like, so they went to the Super Bowl, blew a 28-3 lead, then finished but lost in the first round of the playoffs the next year. Finished like 10-6 something. Then they ended up the next 2 years were 7-9, and then they won 4 games this past year. Like,
Well, this just reminds me of, unfortunately, what our Phillies went through.
oh yeah,
In 2008, you win the World Series. 2009, you lose the World Series. 2010, you lose the LCS, the NLCS. The next year, you lose in the divisional round. Yeah, it's just like, come on. Like, and every year, from 2008 to 2015, they went from the best team in baseball to the worst team in baseball. And the graphic was, this is what a slow death looks like.
yes,
I think Adam loves to send that to us every year. So.
yes.
Just can't move the ball. They have no chance.
I'm sure there are a lot of
So,
fans out there hoping
Kyle
for
Pitts
a
to the
miracle.
Falcons. Bengals, 4 minutes, 23 seconds left for their pick. I really hope this is Sewell, the offensive tackle from Oregon. help protect Joe Burrow. Oh, he got lit up. Sorry, Austin Maloney. Because if this is Jamar Chase, the Dolphins have an issue that I feel like their top 2 targets are gone in the 2 picks right before their own selection. Now, they may be confident that Waddle or Devontae Smith are, they're resigned and okay with them being, the third option.
I want this to be Sewell, too.
Yeah, you need this to be Sewell as well. I feel like I understand you need an offensive line, you need to protect him, but Burrow to Chase was such an electric combination in college. Yeah. Don't you think you want to try to recreate that? I just...
Yeah, but you're not going to be able to recreate that if
he's running around for his life.
Right.
I guess what I'm saying is you can find another tackle. It's a deep tackle draft. You know what I mean? Like, it's a deep tackle draft. It's a top heavy wide receiver draft, and Chase is the best of the bunch. So do you take Chase here and then try to get a tackle in round 2? But Burrow is, of course, coming off.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, you got to be kidding me. Oh, it's the guy that got jacked up, too. Oh, they're going to go for 2. Oh, it's the last play.
Yep, that was the end. That was like the Hail Mary. And I thought I killed the quarterback, too.
So, honestly, if I'm the Bengals, I take Chase and I get a second rounder. I get a tackle in the second. That's assuming they have a second. I think they do. I don't think they traded that away. So, if I'm the Bengals, that's what I do.
Well, we hung on to win the game.
Hey, that's all that matters.
And it's our game rank number 2.
Our second best game, and we won it. Did we win the other one? I don't remember.
I don't know.
So, let's see if we get to a bowl game.
Oh, man, that would be cool.
We got a top 25 win on our resume.
Right. That's right. And a rivalry game win?
Oh, is it FIU
I
rivalry?
Think it is.
Oh, yeah, last
they're like they're real close to each other.
Upset them, knock them out of. Hey, we got bumped up in all of our coordinators and our head coach, so we get 3 upgrades. Things are turning up, Joey Raffoff, that is. I already did recruiting.
Rival.
Do you want to do the coach central and do our upgrades?
Sure. Skill coach tree?
Yeah, skill trees. See what we want to do there.
So
I would probably do recruiting. You want to do recruiting?
Okay. So over here?
Yeah. Why don't you either do the one in the hourglass? Either give us the level 2 in the opener or give us the one in the closer. Doesn't matter to me. We need points there no matter what.
So we went there. Now do I?
And now hit B and then scroll over to or defensive coordinator. You're the D guy, so whatever you think you want your guys to have. I feel like I always have a tougher time with pass defense and rush defense, but
I can't find that one.
Oh, we don't have any upgrades. Didn't it say? Oh, sometimes it does that. It says it twice. I think we upgraded them the last time.
I think we did.
Yeah, they both
0 upgrades available.
All right, that's fine. We got one. That's fine. Just save it. Hit yes. And we're waiting for the Bengals pick. Their offensive line was 29th in pass block winning rate. Burrow was sacked 32 times in the first 10 games. And they had the tie for the 6th worst rushing offense in the NFL. So they're setting you up that you think they should take Sewell, and that's when they take Chase.
Yeah.
So advance the week, and let's see if we're going to a bowl game. Oh, we got a bye week in there.
Yeah.
That's okay. We can just advance through that too.
Well, and there is a championship game, but I don't know that that applies to us. I don't.
Yeah, I feel like we would have had to win that other game last week,
right.
if there even is a championship game.
Right. I don't even know that there is one for this conference
in our league. Mel Kiper's talking a lot here. We'll see. I don't know. Maybe I could pull up some comments, see if anyone has talked to us recently. Where were you seeing my uncle?
It was your text.
Oh, he was texting.
Yeah,
okay.
So it was just popping up.
All right, here it comes. Goodell's walking to the podium.
Oh, man. You're really hoping for.
I'm really
Sewell
hoping
here,
for
right?
Sewell. Here we go. Here it comes. Who's it going to be? No!
Oh, man.
Oh. Oh, that hurts. Hey, we got a quarterback.
They did get a quarterback.
Oh, that's a gut punch. Pitts and Chase back to back.
Yep.
All right, what's Miami going to do? Are we trading back? Because we can probably get Waddle or Smith at 8, 9, or 10. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right, so continue.
That's bad news for you, too.
I know, it's bad news for me.
Because if Miami takes Waddle or Smith, you only got one more chance. And
Right.
there's a lot of teams in front that could use them, like the Lions and Giants.
They'll just undo the trade they just did. Like, can you imagine?
You know what? Just give it that back. We'll
do
drop
over. Do over. All right.
Adam texted, wow, LSU connection. Yeah, screw the Bengals. I'm not an anti-Bengals fan.
Yeah, that's not going to make Austin happy. Austin's going to be upset with you over that.
Is he a Bengals fan?
Anything that's Tiger or, like, whatever related, he likes. So, like, he is, like, pumped that Trevor Lawrence is going to the Jaguars.
Oh, so
like,
he like those jungle cats.
Yeah, the big cats, he's a fan.
Okay. It looks like we've done everything we can, unless we want to add a.
So to be fair, like, even if the Eagles had stayed at 6, now they could have tried to get to 5, but like, clearly that's what they wanted to do.
Well,
you know
but
what I mean?
at 6 they would have the choice of Waddle or Smith right now.
No, that's true. That's true.
There is a conference championship game. Conference USA. What if our upset of FIU?
Our conference record is decent.
We're 4-2, right?
I think so.
No, we got to be better than that. In 12 games, we played 3 or 4 non-league, right?
Yeah.
And did we go 1-3 in those?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't. I'll have to look at our schedule.
I mean, Dolphins Pick is in.
Oh, geez, they didn't waste any time.
Are you anxious now?
Now I am, because now I'm like,
should I turn it down and be like, oh my gosh?
Oh my God, what if they take Sewell?
Oh my gosh, they took Justin Fields.
Oh, don't do that. Oh, we didn't make it. Because we have a bye week. I want to see, where do I see our schedule?
Go to the schedule.
Is that, here it is. Yeah. So let's see who's in the Conference USA Championship game. North Texas at FIU. We lost to North Texas.
That North Texas cost us.
That's
Actually, there were plenty of games that cost us.
Yeah.
But the North Texas one is one.
So
we started out 0-3.
Okay, yeah.
Then we beat Middle Tennessee State. Then we lost to Marshall.
We were 6-2. We lost to Marshall. No, we beat North Texas. We beat both teams in the conference.
North Texas is 5-3, but its overall record probably.
It
you
must
know what
be.
I mean? It's probably overall.
It's overall.
Record.
So we lost that Marshall loss, and this one right here, the Southern Miss, the one last week. The Southern Miss one is what did us in.
Yep.
Oh, that's disappointing. Man, we could be 7-5 and playing in the Conference USA Championship, and then all of our losses would have been outside of Marshall, though. I mean, respectable team.
South Florida
Would be Auburn, USF, Florida, Miami.
Yeah.
Oh, that's disappointing. That's okay. Let's sim through that. See if we make a bowl game. Should we see if they project us in a bowl?
See, this is the part where it frustrates me because, like, the next pick's in.
Oh yeah, Hawaii Bowl against San Diego State on Christmas Eve.
That would be great.
Hawaii on Christmas Eve?
Yes. Chalk that up as a win if we get
Win-win.
that one, baby.
Thank you, Sheridan. All right. Advance to bowl season. Here we go. Hawaii Bowl on Christmas Eve. Aloha. Florida Atlantic against San Diego State. That's the rumor. That's what I hear. Nothing set in stone yet.
Deep dives into those bowl projections.
Let's see. I want to see who like the top teams were too.
Yep.
See how Penn State did. Check them out. Not like we don't have time to kill. We're on pick 6 and we finished.
Do you
the
think
game.
we'll get offers to leave FAU?
I think we might, but I want to stay for another
No.
year.
I do too.
I mean, I don't think we're gonna get big time offers. I mean, we're not gonna get Penn State. We could get Pitt.
Well, see, the thing is, if Penn State offered, that would be the only one that I would leave.
Well, right, yeah, because I don't want to pass that up.
Right, because it won't come up again.
None of the players have names. Washington State. Who was the Washington State quarterback 2 years ago? Oh, was that Minshew?
It might have been, yeah. They probably went back and did that,
Yeah!
Yes.
Hawaii Bowl!
Have a chance to finish above 500?
Nice. I'm down for that. Hawaii Bowl. This will be the first time ever that I've played this game that I haven't played in the national championship. All right, well that's cool. So we'll have a different patch on our uniform than I'm used to seeing usually.
Yeah.
Let's see what the so we saw. Let's just see BCS
you have a Hawaii
ranking.
jersey, don't you?
Yeah, I do from when I went to Hawaii.
Yeah. Here we go. Dolphins pick is in.
Oh. Waddle. Yes.
Oh my God.
Well, they picked that quickly, so I think once Pitts and Chase were gone, they were okay with Waddle. It doesn't sound like they entertained trade offers or anything.
No.
Jalen Waddle, baby.
Good for them. Good for him. I'm really happy for Jalen Waddle. I really like Jalen Waddle. I think that's an awesome pick for the Dolphins.
Yeah, I'm happy about that. I mean, I definitely, I was on board
And
with.
there's Devontae Smith giving him a big hug before
Nice.
he walks out. Yep.
Hey, for your sake, I hope he goes to Philly.
Oh my gosh, I would love to see. I feel bad for him. Oh, and Mac Jones came out of his little cubicle to give him a hug too. Yeah.
The
I
three
like that.
Bama guys.
Yep.
That's cool the way they have the cubicles set up for the family pods. Yeah, that's really cool. So Oklahoma went undefeated and received all 61 first place votes. This is the coaches poll. I guess I should look at the BCS. So Oklahoma's 12-0. Ohio State's 12-1. They just beat Iowa in overtime in the Big Ten championship. South Carolina was next. They went 11-2 and won the SEC, beating number 9 LSU. So South Carolina jumped from 8 to 3. Wisconsin went 10-2. Clemson 7-5. I'm not seeing Penn State 8-4.
Maybe they will call it.
They lost. We lost to UCF, but they were number 6 in the country. Lost to Ohio State, number 2. Lost to Minnesota, 15th. Oh, there you go. They got caught in East Lansing. Lost to Michigan State. They're playing Tennessee on New Year's Day. So Penn State's 8-4. Oh, that would really make me mad if this was real life. That they're 8-3 going to East Lansing. Chance to get to 9 wins, meaning the bowl win would get you 10 wins, and you lose to Michigan State, who was 5-6. Because all the other games, you'd be like, all right, we lost to a better team.
The game's more realistic than we thought, probably.
They got crushed by Minnesota and Ohio
Ohio
State.
State.
So this is pretty realistic.
Yeah. Lions pick is in.
Lions picks in. So Sewell or Smith? Or do they go quarterback? They just traded for Goff. They're not going quarterback.
If I'm them, I go Sewell. Because you get him for 5 years, you can lock him up, and then you can also, like, if you can decide if Goff is your guy for the next couple years this year, and if he's not, you can draft somebody next year. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
It was interesting. So they were talking, Lamar Jackson, his 5th-year option is going to basically guarantee him like $22 million or whatever.
Yeah, because the way that works.
Baker's only is like 18 or 16 or something like that.
Well,
but
it goes by like Pro Bowls and stuff like
Pro
that.
Bowls and things like that. Yeah,
Which makes sense.
I thought that was really cool how thought out that was.
Like why? That's exactly how it should work.
Right.
So Lions pick is in at 7. Who's at 8?
Panthers.
Panthers are at 8, Broncos are at 9, Giants are
10.
10. No, Cowboys are 10, Giants 11, Eagles 12.
Yep.
So by the end of this game, we should probably know the Eagles pick.
You should.
If the things progress the way. So, all right, it's Christmas Eve.
Paul Roberts, too. How do you know your team made the right pick when Booger McFarland disagrees with your pick?
Did he not like the Waddle pick?
No, I think the Chase pick, I don't think he liked.
Oh.
The Jamar Chase.
I cannot blame them for doing that. Like, I understand needing the lineman.
That's what, I mean, we talked. Greeny can. I mean, he's talking head,
he's a Jets fan.
But like he was saying on here, he's like, you can disagree with the pick, but you can't disagree that like Jamar Chase is an incredible pick. Like for whoever gets him, like.
Bringing you the EA Sports NCAA Football 14 pregame show presented by Nissan. Innovation that excites. It's hard to believe, but in the midst of this tropical vacation, there's actually a football game. The Sheraton Hawaii Bowl, to be exact.
All right, you're up.
Okay. Yeah, I'm really happy for Waddle. I'm happy for the Dolphins. I wish the Eagles could have gone.
They're down to 6 minutes on the 8th pick. The Panthers, too.
Yeah. Like, the only thing tying it up is the TV. Like.
He's to the 20. He gets out to about
All right, they didn't mess it up. Not that, I would have been disappointed with Sewell, but I would have understood it, too.
Right. Like
we need a right tackle. That's also the blind side of your quarterback. Like, it wouldn't surprise you. It's just not a home run pick. Like, it's not the sexy pick.
It's not the flashy pick.
It's
but
not the flashy
pick. It is, you know, it could really help.
So, I'm very, very, very excited for what's coming up here.
Not only do they get the quarterback, but they hit him and hit him hard. I think that could really
Love it.
create some
All right.
confidence for this defense. The next time this
So,
quarterback drops back to throw, you got to be thinking he's going to be a little bit gun shy.
I think I did a draft simulation today on the Draft Network that went exactly this way. I'm pretty sure that I should pull that up. I don't want to screw up the streaming. I saved them just to see if I could get close.
Right.
And I was only picking for the Dolphins, so like the first 5 picks were all on the computer, but they went exactly, I think. It may not have been Trey Lance. It might have been Mac Jones or Justin Fields. But I know I ended up with Waddle because Pitts and Chase were gone.
It was interesting. Like somebody was giving Mel Kiper a hard time. This is a couple weeks ago, and he just like fell back on like how last year he was really right. Like he nailed a lot of picks last year. And like
pick is in. Here we go, Detroit Lions. Sewell.
Yeah, that's a smart pick there. Smart pick there.
Nope, dropping my water. And a Sewell to the Lions. So really, no surprises yet. Like nothing. Oh, come on! Pick it! Really, no surprises whatsoever.
No.
I mean, we knew Lawrence was 1 and Wilson was 2. 3, you know, people probably waffle back and forth between Mac Jones and Trey Lance. Maybe Justin Fields.
Oh my gosh, that guy just threw me to the ground with a stiff arm.
And there was always a chance Pitts was going 4 and that the Bengals would choose between Sewell and Chase. And then what was Miami going to do at 6? But everyone thought it would be one of the Bama receivers.
Right.
And then if Sewell wasn't the pick at 5, he was probably the pick for the Lions at 7. So really no surprises, no drama here so far. Nice recovery. I would have completely whiffed on that.
I bite on the read like every single time. Like,
Yep. I think it's built in that way too.
Well, and it's video games, so I'm not thinking like discipline at all. I'm just like see ball, get ball.
Right. All right, so Panthers are down to less than 3 minutes with their selection.
Okay.
So we should know Carolina's pick in the next 5 minutes.
Do
or
they
so.
go Justin Fields? I know there was talk of that. I don't think they do, but
Well, I mean, they just traded for Darnold, but like
they drafted all defensive players last year, so they can't, right? They can't draft a defensive player here.
I think the thinking is maybe you add some help for Sam Darnold because he wasn't getting much in New York.
Yeah.
So you have McCaffrey. Hopefully he's back healthy this year. Do they take Devontae Smith?
I hope not, but they might.
Honestly have no idea what they're gonna do. If they don't take Fields or Smith, I have no idea where they're gonna go. Oh!
Tries to get around the corner.
Oh my gosh. That was like the hits that he bounced off of too. Well, not an ideal start.
That's okay. It's okay. We can move down. We can move down. We're all good.
And they add 7 points to the scoreboard.
Yeah. I mean,
I
let's.
went to drink in my mask.
So what are the other options for the Panthers? I mean, you wouldn't think they're going defense, but
He's to the 20.
Do they get the other lineman?
Tackle made.
oh, you're right. They could go Rashawn Slater from Northwestern, right?
Right.
They could. Protection for Darnold if they don't want a playmaker. See, I just
feel
thought.
like that's a very rule pick. You know, like that would
Yeah.
be a very Matt Rule pick.
I
And
guess.
I don't mean that in a bad way. Like I think
No,
he's
no,
going
no.
in the right direction there. I really like him. And
Oh, our regular running back's back.
oh gosh.
I mean, I can bench him.
That's the problem.
If he drops a pass, he's done.
He's done. Under a minute left for the Panthers.
It's 2nd and 8. Ball on the 30-yard line. He's taken down at about the 33-yard line.
Oh.
At the 35, the running back gets 2 on the carry.
Panthers pick
Looks
is
like
in.
we're gonna have a good game on our hands.
All right, you wanna
They're
kick
still
this?
in commercial. Panthers picks. Well, and no trades like tonight in the top 10.
Yeah, you're
which
right.
is-
I mean, there were trades beforehand, but nothing so far tonight.
The second quarter.
So the Panthers picking is in. There's no trades there either. Justin Fields and Mac Jones still on the board, and no movement from a team like the Patriots or Bears to move up to get him. Maybe they're thinking they don't need to trade up.
Takes it out
Right.
to maybe the 29-yard line.
I don't know. I don't know what
In
to
a
think.
game that's this close, you can't afford to waste possessions. San Diego State is up by a touchdown. Tackle at about the 37-yard line.
Rough. Oh, man. From when zoomed out there,
Second
gear
and 2.
reminds me of the
Ball on
Bengals.
37.
Like,
Yes.
I know they're more of a red, but from back here, they look orange. They look very much like the Bengals. Nice. Very nice. Blew that up. See, I think that's one of the biggest things that I've been missing, other than, like, good players, is the coach-to-damas that you get where they tell you what play is coming.
Oh, really?
Well, because I can adjust my defense then to snuff it out. If it's a running play. If it's a passing play, I still can't stop it. But I know that I can blitz, like, and I should have time to get there.
Right.
But, like, if they tell me it's a draw or an inside tackle run, or especially if it's a screen pass, like, so I can adjust. Like, I know what's coming. And we don't get that right now. We don't have any of that.
No.
Same thing like when it helps me less on offense, but it still helps me when I'm on offense
Right.
by telling me if they're blitzing.
It can help avoid like a big bad play.
If it's zone blitz or man blitz, I know that I should hopefully have a screen pass on, and if not, I need to watch where the blitz coming from, and we don't get any of that. Oh, here's the pick. Oh, they took the cornerback from South Carolina, J.C. Horn.
No. That's what I was hoping the Eagles would get.
All right, so J.C. Horn is the pick for the Carolina Panthers, taking a relatively close product from South Carolina. There were questions of was it going to be Surtain or Horn as the first cornerback taken, and it goes J.C. Horn to the Panthers at 8. Another defensive pick for the Panthers. They might eventually take an offensive player. I don't know. We'll see.
I mean, on the other hand, they picked up Sam Darnold, so like, yeah, they did in their minds upgrade at the defensive position.
I know he has less of an injury history. Is his upside? Is he better than Teddy Bridgewater?
I think he can be. I think it's really hard to tell right now, but I think he could be.
San Diego State is up a score.
Oh my gosh! Oh, hit the start button. I was jamming to try and get over.
And they make the stop around the 37-yard
So, our first defensive player, right? It's our first defensive player.
Yes. Yep.
So, now what do the Broncos do?
Justin Fields.
With 2 quarterbacks on the board. If they don't take one, we're not getting 5 in the top 10.
No.
Quick throw incomplete, one of his receivers.
So it'll be interesting what Denver does here. I've seen Parsons mock to them before, but as we discussed before the show, there was rumors that Parsons was dropping a little bit outside of the top 10.
That would be a really interesting pick. I mean, I think
Vic Fangio.
Yeah. Oh, and like that would be just. I mean, I think it would be a great fit out there.
Well, they got Von Miller and Bradley Chubb.
No.
Oh, come on.
They're up a lot of field on this drive. I'm really impressed with their ball control.
Yeah, I know.
So 5 minutes to go for the Denver pick. It could be Fields or Mac Jones. Could it be Slater? I don't know what their offensive line needs. I feel like every team is always in need of offensive linemen.
Good ones.
Could be Slater, maybe. We saw them mock to get Parsons, so maybe an elite defender. Could they go with Patrick Surtain Jr.?
I think they could, absolutely.
There's no safeties worthy of an early pick. There's a couple of defensive linemen out there. Barmore, I think, is the most likely. I think he's more of a mid-first guy. Nice. There you go. Huge. You already had 3+ sacks.
If I stop him here, I'll take the timeout.
The thing that I'm starting to get very nervous about is the quarterbacks dropping just means that New England is sitting there with both Justin Fields and Mac Jones on the board. Now, they're not picking the 15, but that still terrifies me. Nice. Out of field goal range, too.
I took the timeout there, so.
Drop back 4 yards on that one.
That's just a
All right.
by the defense. They dropped him well short of the line of scrimmage.
Oops.
So they took about 4 minutes off the clock.
That's okay. I really well at the end of
the scoreboard.
I got 48 seconds, and that's before the return. Their punter is number 59.
You love weird numbers.
I hate that. Oh, he pinned me at the 5.
Huge distance, but precision that you need from your punter. Nicely done.
Well, do I play it safe and run out the clock? We get the ball to start the second half.
Yes. Yeah.
I
would see what you can get. If you can't.
I hate when I run into the lineman like that.
You're probably not fans of the Beatles.
Total yards, 10. 10 first half yards.
And he carries the ball for a nice game.
I'm really intrigued what they do here.
Going deep. Incomplete. Almost picked off.
There are about 2 minutes left on the clock for them.
Points were very
Pick's
hard
still
to
not
come
in, though.
by in those first 2 quarters. They'll head to the locker room.
All right, I got to do something here.
All right, Reese and David, thanks, guys. Second half action just about ready to start.
Once we're done playing this game, I'll pull it up on the television.
That's fine.
He'll return it from the 3. He's to the 20. And down he goes, the 25-yard line. San Diego State's continuing to play extremely tough
It's the
defense.
best available. Mel has Devontae Smith, Deshaun Slater, Justin Fields,
I-
Derek Tucker, and Michael Parsons.
With getting
Those
Jerry
are-
Jeudy and KJ Hamler last year, I just cannot see them taking Devontae Smith.
No, I don't either. I could see Slater going there, or
Right.
Fields, or Tucker, or Parsons, really. Smith's the only one that doesn't really make sense.
Fires out quickly to the field.
Shoot!
And he's taken down at the 25.
I didn't think you were going to say shoot.
I didn't want to, but I knew I had to. Oh, that's so frustrating. Play set up, all I gotta do is step the right way, and he steps the wrong way. Oh. No.
Inside the 30. To the 20. Tackle made. The 10.
God.
I bet he knew as soon as he released that football that he had to
all right.
And that's the thing. When you're under that kind of pressure, it takes away that one split second you need to scan the area so you know where it's a safe play.
San Diego State up 7 points.
Not good, not fun. Destroy him. Pick is in for Denver, no trade.
From the 12-yard line. It's
So we're gonna
second
see
down.
what Denver does.
Nice run, and he's brought down.
We got the run on the NFC East coming up then after this Denver pick.
Yeah.
Dallas, Giants, Eagles, 10, 11, 12. Denver's pick is in. Let's see what's going to happen. Come on, Kamish, let's go. Already down to 9 minutes on the Dallas pick, so the clock is rolling. We're just waiting on the... You've got to be kidding. Oh, they're going to go for it. Or they're going to kick.
I think they kick.
Yeah, with the way I haven't been able to do anything against them so
Well,
far.
two
Nothing
possessions.
more than a chip shot. San Diego State is hoping to make this a 2-score game. Kicks up.
The other thing I've noticed, both in our dynasty here and the one that I was doing, that I'm doing with the Penn State, the computer kickers are automatic.
Yes.
None of them have missed, which is bizarre.
How many times has this happened already tonight? You go over there and the commissioner walks to the
Yeah.
stage.
All right, here we go. Let's find out what Denver's doing.
He's to the 20.
Go, go, go.
The 50.
Oh!
Here we go.
Can this defense play any better?
Patrick Surtain.
I did go with the cornerback. So you're left with Devontae Smith of like the DB's wide receivers, right?
Yes, so
Unless you want Caleb
Devontae
Farley.
Smith, like, it doesn't make sense for Dallas to take him, does it?
No, but the Giants.
Yeah, but the Giants also, yeah, Giants could take him.
I think the defense should go down
Giants
the
could take him.
offensive side of the field, talk to their own offense and try to get them fired up to go out there and get some more points on the board.
Well, let's look at who are the wide receivers with second-round grades, because the Eagles certainly could take one of them.
In the first, though, right? Is that what you mean?
Yes, exactly. That's exactly what I meant. Yeah.
It's,
Yeah, to be clear, I meant here
Oops.
with their first round.
It's hard to believe that our quarterback is a 90 overall.
Really?
Yes.
That's disheartening.
The middle for a nice run.
I've seen enough from this supposed starter at running back. I'm fully aware that that's all me and it's in my head, but I feel like
Yeah,
Emmons...
You never know.
Brought down after a nice run up the middle.
Pretty sure that was our longest run of the game.
I was going to say, he picked up 6 yards.
Should have started him immediately.
We've got a 1st and 10. Ball on the 28-yard line. He's at the 20. Gains his way to the 16-yard line.
How much time is left on the...
6 minutes for the Cowboys. I mean, I guess it's also, I mean, on a bright side, they didn't get, like, the top 2 guys did not go to the Cowboys either, in terms of cornerbacks.
Yeah. What if they take Parsons?
Sean Lee just retired.
That's what I'm saying. Van Der Esch is always beat up, too.
Yeah, Van Der Esch is always beat up, and Jalen Smith has...
He's gotten better, but...
Right. So he, like, peaked, but, like, I feel like he also, last year he seemed to have lost a step. You know what I mean? Like, him and Van Der Esch both came, like, crashing back to earth last year.
Yep.
I mean, they could recover, you know, like, it could have just been one of those things where they're dinged up, but... Definitely the running back.
Yeah, look what happened as soon as I put him in.
Under 5 minutes for the Cowboys.
Draw within 3 points. And he tags on the extra point. All right. It was a 7-play, 43-yard drive. And it's good.
Here we go. Let's see what we can do.
Drives that can just tear your heart out. They can really demoralize a defense when they drive the ball down the field, and a lot of the yards came on the ground.
The score now, 10-7. He kicks it off, and he got all
4 minutes and 22 seconds left for the Dallas pick. Let's get a turnover.
That would be huge. It's been a while since we've had one.
They have not been intimidated at all, which is great to see. The attitude and effort of this team put them in a position where they got a shot to win this game here in the second half.
So we're early in the 4th quarter. Still a lot of football left, but in a game this tight, every
Whoa, trade alert, trade alert. Dallas trading the pick.
Oh.
To the Eagles.
What?
Cowboys trade pick to Eagles.
Please.
Dallas just helped Philadelphia. They're jumping in front of the Giants and taking the pick away from Dallas. Dallas is mad the 2 cornerbacks are off the board.
Who did the Eagles take?
Devontae?
I hope. Do you actually think they do it?
My dad just texted, "Go Cowboys."
Oh, I think I heard the quarterback.
Oh, I'm not going to cheer that. Even though he's digital.
I was just making you aware.
So the Eagles are on the clock with 3:14 to go. And it's got to be Devontae, right?
I sure hope so, man.
It's Slater. Nice. Very nice.
Bring it out, baby.
So what they probably had to give up one of the firsts next year, right?
To move up 2 spots, though?
In the division?
I don't know.
Or are they taking Justin Fields?
No. Stop, dude. Let Adam and me make those jokes. You don't make those jokes.
Or Mac Jones?
And he's taken down at the 46-yard line.
All right. Time to eat some clock. Drive down the field.
Please
You know this
be
is a
Devontae
real
Smith.
crucial time
Please
in the
be
game. It
Devontae
could
Smith.
still go either way.
Please be Devontae Smith. Please be Devontae Smith. Please be Devontae Smith. Yes! Let's go, baby!
I was like, wait, is he cheering Devontae Smith or me?
Under 2 minutes. Oh my gosh, I'm so nervous.
Wait, for what?
Yes.
It's first down. Empty backfield, quarterback in the gun. 5 wide receivers.
Oh.
And he's tackled rather
Paul Roberts retweeted Field Yates with the trade details.
Oh. They'll probably say it on the air. Did you see it?
No, not yet.
less than 2
I mean,
minutes.
he just retweeted like I couldn't. I always.
Oh. Should I let the clock run too?
I would wait a little bit. Like, I mean, I would keep going a little bit.
Oh.
Booger just said maybe Michael Parsons, but looking at Michael Parsons, it doesn't look like he's getting picked right there. They take Jason away.
Oh man.
So it's third down, and they've got about
The
2
quarterback's
minutes to go.
out for the game.
Michael Parsons looks like angry.
I just trucked the
30
safety.
seconds left for the Eagles here.
The safety had me behind the line of scrimmage, and I ran him over.
Here we go. Eagles get the 10th overall. They switched and gave a third round next year.
No, 2021 third round.
Oh, so a third this year.
Third
Okay.
this year.
Picks in. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Around the 10-yard line.
He's averaging 7 yards a carry.
From the 10-yard line. First down.
Yeah, I'm not in a hurry now if I'm you either. Yes. Yes! Alright, now it's the Eagles.
Maybe I should have taken a knee at the 1.
And he converts the extra point.
Alright, you're up.
I'm watching this. Well, I'm hoping that. No, tell me when the
Just
pick
pause it. Just pause it. Or yeah, I'll tell you when he's walking.
Yeah, when he's walking.
I'll tell you when he's walking. Oh, he's walking. He's walking.
gosh.
Come back. He's walking.
I'm not looking at my watch because it was streaming. I sent to Justin Miller and you over and over this week, like, I'm ready to be hurt again, but I'm not. I'm not ready to be hurt again.
Here we go. Eagles pick. Eagles pick. There it is!
Yes! Yes!
Hey, we both got Alabama wide receivers.
Yes! Okay, I'm happy.
There you go.
I'm happy.
Giants they jumped in front of the Giants. They thought the Giants were taking him.
Yep.
So they gave the Cowboys a third to move up 2 spots. I mean, that's hefty, but if you get your guy, you get your guy.
And while I do you think some of it was the Cowboys thinking
I bet if
the
a
Eagles are
quarterback,
a wide receiver away from being good, but the Giants might be?
well, but and also if one of the cornerbacks is there, Dallas takes the cornerback.
Yeah, exactly.
He scrambled.
Yeah.
I really like that pick with what the options were and everything. I really like that.
I think we all are happy so far. I don't know that anyone in the top 10 has really anything to complain about. I mean, maybe the Panthers and Broncos aren't stoked about cornerbacks. I never can tell about a position like that. But if you're drafted a shutdown corner, that'll shut people up pretty quickly. I did just unfortunately see either yesterday or today my comments on the Dolphins pick when they traded up to take Xavier Howard.
Incomplete.
I was not happy about them trading up to take Howard, and
yes.
I look like a moron now, but you just have to hope that whoever the Cowboys take in the third round doesn't become an ego killer.
Oh, he will be. There we go. Turnover on downs.
There we go. Heck yeah.
I am pumped.
So I throw
the Giants. Who do you take now? Do you go with Slater?
Slater, Parsons.
Their defense was terrible. Now it sounds terrible. Now I just want Parsons to go. Like, I want him to go so that he can get off the board.
Even if it's Giants or Cowboys?
What's that?
Even if it's the Giants or Cowboys?
I mean, no, but like I want him to go. You know, like so.
They come out in an empty backfield.
Ah.
Bring him down around the 12-yard line. San Diego State will take their final timeout. Under a minute left.
Our friend, a Cowboys fan, or one of my college friends, a Cowboy fan, is behind and he's like, they just announced, like, but everybody's been texting because, like.
It's first down. They'll be looking
for
6 points here.
Bears traded up into 11.
Oh, Fields or Lance. Or Fields or Jones.
He's taken down at the 10. This guy's out of the stance so quickly that he's really a nightmare to try to block. They found out right here on this play.
Yeah, until they take Kyle Trask. Like, everybody's saying this for the quarterback. Watch him take Kyle Trask.
Hawaii Bowl champions.
Yes.
We both got Alabama receivers tonight.
And we finished 7-6.
All right. I don't hear too much. We got #1 game score right too.
Yes.
Don't hear much jokes at our expense from my dad right now, although I haven't had my phone, so he could have been making fun of us earlier. And now we just won back-to-back games against quality opponents. I had 1 passing yard.
Oh my
We had 1 passing yard. 121 rushing yards, 1 passing yard. Dude, your 1 defensive tackle, you had 5 tackles, 3 for loss, and 2 sacks.
Which one? Do you know?
Bristow.
Okay.
Norton Bristow. You've won the Hawaii Bowl! Awesome. Love it, love it, love it. All right, well, I'll advance this week, save it, and then we'll turn the draft on.
Sorry, I can.
No, that's all right. I just wanna...
If you're the GM and coach in Chicago, you have to trade to get the quarterback, because if you don't get it right at quarterback this year, you're not going to win, and you don't win, you're fired.
Right.
And those draft picks don't matter to you at that point.
That Ryan Pace, right?
Yes.
And Matt Nagy is the coach.
Bears pick is in.
Who do you think it is? You think it's Jones or Fields?
I think it's Fields.
So the Giants drop back to where was Chicago picking?
Late teens, I think.
Yeah, I was gonna say like 16 or something like
Something
that.
like that, because they almost made the playoffs.
Updating record books. We set some new records. Most sacks by a player. We got 9.
Left defensive end. That's the spot I like on defense. There we go. Don't get me wrong. I understand that they want to promote their good deeds. Do it between the picks.
Yeah, right. Don't do it at the beginning. So our target wins per year was 5. We got to 7 and 6. Last year they were 3 and 9. We're 1 and 0 against rivals. 1 and 1 against top 25. So we didn't get offered any contracts. I wonder if any of our coaches will leave. Here we go. Who's it going to be? Justin Fields?
I think it's Fields.
Woo! So someone take Mac Jones before the Patriots do. So we extended our offensive coordinator, but they let Jim Leavitt go.
The defensive coordinator?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, I didn't know Butch Davis is the head coach at FIU. Oh, and we took the FIU defensive coordinator.
Okay.
Jeff Kopp.
Dallas back on the clock. You think they could take Slater or Parsons? They had a lot of instability on the line last year.
Oh my gosh, one of our better freshmen is leaving because the defensive coordinator left. We're losing a lot to graduation. So the Cowboys are up now, right?
Yes.
I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do. Unless they're okay with the medical results of Caleb Farley, but we didn't have any players drafted. We don't have any transfer requests. All right, I'm not gonna go through recruiting. So let's see, next year in the hobby, in trading cards, everyone's going to be after Lawrence for the Jaguars, Wilson for the Jets, Lance for the 49ers, and now Fields for the Bears. Where will Mac Jones go? Well, How much time is left on the Cowboys pick?
3:35.
All right.
So I'd say after the rough start, so we ended up 7-6. We started 0-3. So we went 7-3 in our last 10. I think Chicago's got to be really happy.
Yeah.
To be able to get Fields at 10. Yeah, it's interesting. You might the Bears if Rodgers moves on, the Bears might have the most talented quarterback in the division. Like,
yeah, because you got Goff and Cousins.
Goff and Cousins as your others. Cowboys pick is in.
All right.
I don't want Parsons to go to the Cowboys. I would be very happy for him to go, like, just to go. Get off the board. I want the Penn State guy to go now. He'll kill the Eagles for years, but...
If it's not Parsons, though, like, I don't know who else it would be.
I mean, the kid from the cornerback from Virginia Tech had been high, but then he sat out, and then he had the knee thing. Like, you know, but if you think he could be back to that, because he was one of the top guys before all of that, like,
right.
If you think he could be that again by August, then maybe you make that pick.
The Apple TV is not working. So.
Oh, sorry. Here.
No, that's fine. I just wanted to have a seat out too.
Flyers and Phillies both lost to the Lions.
All right, who's it gonna be?
Except, by the way, Nick Foles is guaranteed $9 million this year too. I think we should play the David Akers draft pick from a couple of years ago, just for your dad. There he is.
Micah Parsons to the Cowboys.
I'm happy for Micah. Oh, Brent Pry.
To the Cowboys.
Did you see
So my dad loses Sean Lee, but gets Micah
Did you see
Parsons.
all the Brian Linder?
That guy right here.
You see all the Brian Linder articles, and they're probably gonna blow up even like crazy now that he's drafted by the Cowboys. Like, just crazy story, Micah Parsons. Can't believe, like, feels like just a couple years ago we were watching him on the field at Wilson.
Yeah, I have
You know?
pictures. I have pictures of him on the field. I'm gonna see if I can pull it up on the.
Oh no, Micah Parsons to Dallas.
Who's that from?
My mom.
So, Oy. Yeah, let me see if I can pull this up. Pull this over here. Do we got any more comments? Thought I saw someone commenting somewhere. Is it this one? No. Oh yeah. It was just Jamie Sands commenting.
What did he
He's
say?
saying, no Heinz word effect. Recruit. Yeah, I know. We got to recruit. We got a lot of recruiting to do. We'll have to do that in the next phase. Honestly, I'm a little concerned because I think we might have a worse team next year than we had this year. But that quarterback, if he's leaving, was he a senior? He was a 90, and that's the way I was able to play with him.
You know what frustrates me? Are you able to get transfers the way you lose transfers?
I've only, like, in my current Penn State dynasty that's entering year 8, I've had one transfer request. It was a fullback from Navy.
Right.
Well, it's nice to have a Penn Stater there in the top
and
12.
I know they say he could have gone earlier, but where would he go?
Right.
I don't know. Like, I don't know who takes him.
I guess maybe Carolina or Denver.
I was gonna say maybe Carolina, maybe Denver, but...
His parents are Cowboys fans? Woo! That's crazy. That is crazy. I wonder, I want to see if I can pull up Twitter. There's the PFF. With Mac Jones.
Right. Man, that would be really interesting if the Patriots take him.
Okay, so my favorite team, the Dolphins, get Waddle, who could have been my second or third choice. I go back and forth on picks.
Yeah.
Chase was my number one, but I'm not disappointed with Waddle whatsoever.
Picks is really hard because, like, tight ends are... You can get great tight end matchups in college. Because, like, the linebacker outings are just very different.
Right. But your team trades up with a rival, but gets Devontae Smith, probably one of two guys you wanted.
Yeah.
The other being Waddle, I think.
Right.
I mean, you would have taken Chase, but he wasn't going to be there.
At 12, Waddle or Smith would have been the guys I was hoping for. So to get them at, where are we, 10? Like, yeah, I'm very pleased with that.
Then, my dad's team, 2 picks later, gets Micah Parsons.
Right, so there's some action there for us.
And the Patriots still out there. What if they get Mac Jones?
Yeah.
Our 4 interests right there, I think the fan base should be pretty happy. All that's left is your mom's Ravens, right. And they're picking later.
Do the Steelers get Najee?
Oh, they're not picking later. They traded it to the Chiefs. No, the Chiefs traded it to the Ravens. Sorry, I had that flip-flopped in my head.
So the
Ravens have 2 picks, 26 and 31, I think.
So, does Najee Harris fall to the Steelers? That would be an interesting one.
So the Cowboys were possibly going to take Parsons at 10. They traded it to the Eagles for their third-round pick and still got him at 12.
Knowing the Eagles weren't going to take. Yeah, but here's the thing. The Eagles, Devontae Smith probably goes to the Giants then, right? Like, because the Bears probably don't trade up into that spot if it's the Giants. The Giants aren't taking Fields. You know, like, I guess at that point the problem for the Bears becomes you don't have to worry about him. He's not going to fall to you, but you don't want to let another team trade up for him.
Right.
You know, like, yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
So Paul Roberts just tweeted his tweet from November 18th, 2017, where he said, quote, "Not sure I'll ever see another high school player like Harrisburg's Micah Parsons. Reminds me of Bo Jackson and Tecmo Bowl." And he said, "My analysis from 2017 after broadcasting one of Micah's high school games," which we got to see him in 2014 twice. Well, he was on the team that Wilson played twice in 2014. The Central Dauphin Rams, who Wilson beat both times. That's when Micah was a true freshman. 2015, still at Central Dauphin. We saw him play at Gursky. But later that year is when he moved from Central Dauphin to Harrisburg, I believe.
Yes.
Is that true, or did that happen in 2016?
I don't remember the year. I thought that was his junior year because then he was there for.
Okay, that was 2016 then. So 2015, we saw him at Wilson. He finishes the year with Central Dauphin. Oh, and that is the year that they lost to Cumberland Valley in that 7 overtime game.
Yeah.
So the next year we go to Central Dauphin. I don't remember if he played in that game.
I thought that was when it was kind of crazy. He might have we might have, although that would have been the beginning of the year, right?
Yeah, we had to play against him, or he was on the team.
He wasn't on that team. He wasn't on that team.
The 2016 team?
No. When did we go to?
16. Because I thought he left like a week or two after we played them, and he moved to Harrisburg.
He may have.
Or like middle of the 2016 season, he moves to Harrisburg, and then he played his senior year at Harrisburg in 2017. Because he was a freshman at Penn State in 2018, he had a great year in 2019, and he would have been a true junior this year in 2020. So, we saw him play in person, or the team he was on play in person 4 times.
Mm-hmm.
Twice in 14, and then 15 and 16. Yeah, interesting. I mean, we knew that he was an athletic freak on the field. He was playing... we only played against him when he was playing defensive end.
Yes.
I don't think he really got much time at running back or receiver until he got to Harrisburg and Coach Everett started moving him around and putting him everywhere. So, the Chargers pick is in at 13. Do they take Mac Jones? No, I do think that they are going to take Rashawn Slater. Why would you not protect your quarterback who was named Rookie of the Year?
I agree.
And
you have some receiver weapons. You've got some running back weapons. You have some defensive weapons. And some defensive weapons you didn't have last year.
They're coming back, right. Yeah.
The Chargers could be really good.
Oh, here we go. So the Chargers pick is in.
I guess Slater.
There it is. So pick 13 is Rashawn Slater,
Who's 14?
Minnesota. Mac Jones.
Slater could have been a pick for them too.
Well, so
their offensive line was not great last year.
right, they could go Vera Tucker, the interior offensive lineman from Minnesota. They could take Mac Jones for insurance for Kirk Cousins. Could we see the only other quarterback needy team, unless the Broncos or Panthers move back into the first round, would be Washington, who's at 19. Could they trade up with Minnesota to leapfrog New England to take Mac Jones? Or is this Mac Jones smokescreen, like, is this not going to happen and he's going to go in the late first round?
Yeah, see, it could be late first round. I think he'll go in the first round because man, that fifth-year option for quarterbacks is like.
It's a big deal. Yeah, it's a big deal.
So like, and they were talking about that how the Ravens, like people were like, oh, they could have gotten him in the second round, Lamar Jackson, possibly, but that fifth-year option.
It's not vested. It's not guaranteed.
Right, like.
You're that's a team option.
Right,
Like you get to
yeah,
exercise it.
That's such a huge thing. Oh, and it worked out for the Ravens, all right. You know, like I know
It seems to right now. Yeah.
He's been an MVP.
Yeah, we'll see. Right, exactly. So Vikings are on the clock, and they have actually only 3 minutes left to go. Then it's the Patriots, followed by the Cardinals.
NBC Sports Philly sending out like Eagles fan tweets. Fire Howie. We love Howie. I wouldn't go that far. Let's not get ridiculous.
Whoa, let's not get hasty. So, yeah. So where we're at. Yeah, Justin Herbert should be happy, that's for sure. I'm gonna stop the stream on my phone to see if I can pull up some of these. I think, yeah, I have 16 texts. Yeah, so I gotta answer some of those.
My dad's like, I hate Parsons to Dallas.
My uncle 5 minutes ago, Mac Jones coming to New England.
Kyle Pitts became the highest drafted tight end ever.
Wow, that's crazy. My dad is very pumped.
Oh, I bet. Penn State guy. Well, a PA guy, a Penn State guy, a Penn State linebacker jumped right in as Sean Lee retires. Like, my dad could literally replace it with another PSU great.
Yeah, I mean, it's not wrong.
Somebody tweeted out, like, the linebacker room, I forget the year, but it was like...
It was while I was there.
Right,
it was
Lee the
Puslesny, Connor, and Lee.
Right.
Yeah, Lee was a freshman.
Right. Oh, and Tim Shaw was on that team,
Yeah.
who was with the Titans, but then developed ALS.
Yeah.
It was absolutely absurd, like, the talent in that linebacker room.
Yeah, it was absurd. Yeah. Got to see some good teams. I mean, that 2005 team was legendary, but...
That bowl game.
So much fun. So much fun. Love it. Love it. Love it.
To think, and not to downplay it, but to think that Paul Puslesny hurting his knee and leaving the game is like an afterthought of that game.
Yeah.
You know, like...
Yep.
Was it like... Is it Ethan Kilmer? The kid who made the...
The freaking... Yes. And he played with the Bengals.
He was the transfer from Shippensburg. Like, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Man, that was fun. That was fun. So many Penn State fans.
So good.
Yeah, that was a blast.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it. So we're waiting here for this next pick.
When are the Dolphins back on?
18. That's what I'm holding out hope for. Watch, they'll trade it or something. And then I'll just have to stay up later. But we're gonna wrap it up at 18. Once the Dolphins pick, we're gonna at least stop streaming. I'm not sure I'm going to bed at that point, but we're gonna stop streaming at that point. I am in the process of pulling up the draft on the computer. I don't know if I can pipe it through or not, but I don't know. That might be frowned upon. So we'll see. Maybe I can pull up NFL Network. That's what I wanted. We did ESPN for the first bunch of picks. Let's see if I can pull up NFL Network. Get their stream going. If you want to, your headphones are on the Navy helmet. You should be able to hear that then. Don't mess anything up over there and knock stuff over. better turn that music down, or Facebook's gonna kick us off.
Yeah.
So I'm going to mute this while it's in commercial because I don't want anything to happen. Yeah. So things are looking up. Things are looking good. All three of us are happy. Patriots fans, I think, are getting ready to be happy. What do you think, Baltimore? Let's talk about your mom's team for a bit.
First of all, I didn't realize Jalen Waddle is not that big.
No, he's not. Not that much different than Devontae Smith.
Right, yeah. But anyway, so Ravens, I think they need an offensive weapon.
Yes.
I don't know what they do. It's hard. They're deep back in there, so like I don't know what.
And they have two.
Right.
26 and 31 or something like that.
Maybe Bateman. I know some people are high on him in the second round, but like if you could get him in that second of their picks in the first round, or what about the Marshall?
Terrace Marshall from LSU. So Rashad Bateman, the Minnesota receiver, Rondale Moore, the Purdue receiver,
Yes, yep.
Terrace Marshall, the LSU receiver, the Elijah Moore from Ole Miss, maybe Kadarius Toney from Florida.
Right. The thing with Rondale Moore,
he had an electric freshman year, led
but he
the
also,
NCAA in catches.
like,
Whoa, the Jets traded up with the Vikings. The Jets had already had a second first-round pick with the Seahawks, but they have now traded up to 14 to take Mac Jones. They're doubling down. Now, who are they going with? They haven't won the AFC East since 2002. It's a streak I'd like to see continue.
I really don't know. Do they go with Vera?
Oh, they could. They could be going
I mean, that would be a big jump for
for an
guard.
interior offensive lineman. Yeah, an offensive guard most likely. Vera Tucker, Elijah Vera Tucker from USC. Do they see a run on receivers? I don't know. Yeah, this one is a little bit of a head scratcher for me.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what direction the Jets are going.
I mean, unless they really weren't sold. Well, they might not be sold that the Patriots don't take a wide receiver. Like, I know there's talk
Maybe.
of like if they.
I don't know. This will be the pick is in.
So this was the Vikings pick, correct?
This was the Vikings pick. The Jets are picking here, 14. Here we go. Let's pump up the volume. Well, that's what I was going to say to you. Do you think it could be a running back? We talked about that.
The Minnesota Vikings have traded the 14th pick to the New York Jets. With the 14th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the New York Jets select Elijah Vera Tucker,
Good
guard,
pick for the Jets.
USC.
To me, that has Salah all over it too. You know, like we got our quarterback. Now we need to protect him. I know it's a little high, but if you think he's
that good, well, like Quentin Nelson with the Colts.
Go get him.
Or Zach Martin with the Cowboys. Like, we've seen some big-time guards in the last decade that are all pro year in and year out.
And, like, franchise altering. You know, like, for that span of years, they changed what they were able to do. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, I'm already like, man, the Eagles have 3 first-round picks. Potential for 3 first-round picks next year.
Yeah, it all depends on how the Colts do. They have the Dolphins pick in next year and their own pick next year.
Right. And they need Wentz to play. I forget the exact. I don't know if it's 75% of the snaps and make the playoffs, or 80% of the snaps and don't make. I forget.
Right.
But in his, like, so he's knocked, you know, for missing time, but on average he's played 84% of the snaps. Like, it's not.
Yeah, I think that's always been overblown, and I didn't buy into any of that.
It's kind of crazy, and I know this isn't draft really related, but arguably the team that could be the worst team in football next year doesn't pick today, and I don't know. Do they pick in the third round tomorrow?
Texans? Yeah, I think so.
Like, whew. What a bad spot they're in. And you have no idea what's going to happen with your
So
franchise quarterback.
I'm gonna get off Twitter because spoiling picks.
Okay.
And exactly what we expected to happen just happened.
Mac Jones.
Mac Jones is going to be the pick for the New England Patriots.
Oh my
So there you have it. There it is. I'm gonna start ignoring Twitter now. Mac Jones is the most accurate quarterback in the draft class. He's also, according to coaches and scouts, the smartest, and now he's a Patriot. Oh. Do not like. The AFC East quarterbacks, Josh Allen, Tua, Mac Jones, and Zach Wilson. An infusion of young passers in the division.
Yeah.
So there you have it. There you have it.
Let's go back. Well, I guess.
Where were you?
I was going to say go back 2 years. Who were the quarterbacks in that division? But really, you have to go back 3.
With food insecurity a challenge for so many Americans, we've teamed up with Feeding America as part of Draftathon to help fight hunger. Don Cox, who's behind me, a former Marine, saw a need in his community and started providing food to fellow veterans. He and his team have provided more than 5.6 million meals in 10 different states through Food for Vets. Don, thank you for your service to our country and for helping those facing food insecurity. The stage is yours to make the Patriots pick. Go get 'em.
With the 15th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the 6-time world champion New England Patriots select Mac Jones.
They were able to stay pat.
There it is. Jones, the confident stride of a national champion quarterback.
Listen to this. So yeah, you have to watch all the other 4 quarterbacks go. But then you go to the Patriots. Like, you've got to be kind of excited about that, right?
That's how long it has been.
Okay, so in 2017, the quarterbacks in the AFC East were obviously Tom Brady for the Patriots, Ryan Tannehill for the Dolphins. Who was the Bills quarterback, and who was the Jets quarterback?
Did the Bills have like 8 quarterbacks that year? Was that when they kept putting Peterman in?
Was that year?
I thought so.
I can't, honestly, I can't recall what either of those, my uncle, watch out, Dolphins. I don't like any of that. I was so happy before, and now I'm just
and
like.
They were able to stay. They were able to stay and get it. So what I was gonna say was, Michael Parsons' last game for Penn State was at AT&T Stadium.
Was it?
Yep. In the Cotton Bowl.
Hey. Crazy.
Yeah, it's
crazy.
That's nuts, man. So we're on 16 here. Mac
Yes.
Jones going to the Patriots. Jimmy Garoppolo is not.
Kevin Folk said Parsons is dead to me.
I don't disagree. I'll give him tonight. This starting tomorrow? Nope.
You're moving on, right?
Yeah. Sorry, man.
2019 Alabama offense update. 2 quarterbacks and 4 receivers are all top 15 picks, plus Najee.
Yeah. But here's the thing, it's not even surprising.
No, it's not.
Because, okay, let's be honest. You don't know if Alabama's going to win the national championship every year, but it's hard to argue they're not the most talented team every year.
Right.
There can be weird matchups. There can be other really good teams that are maybe almost as talented. But across the roster, and in terms of depth of the roster, they are the most talented team in college football every single year.
Yeah, well, I just told you. I tweeted you or texted you the other day after I got my dynasty, my Penn State dynasty that I'm now on year 8. I've won 7 national championships in a row. I'm 98-0. And I'm cutting guys to get down to the 70-player maximum roster size that are ranked or have an overall talent of 78.
Right.
78.
Well, that's like...
Half our starters on FAU don't even hit 75.
Alabama is probably gray-shirting more 4-star and 5-star guys where they bring them on campus and they make them pay their own way the first year. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
We don't have a scholarship for you. Then a lot of teams get on their entire roster.
So, unreal.
Yeah.
So, what do you think the Cardinals do here at 16? They signed A.J. Green. We don't know what's happening with Larry Fitzgerald
yet. They need
yet.
offensive help. They need defensive help. So I don't think they could really go wrong with lots of things. I think they've got lots of possibilities to get better.
Then Vegas is next, followed by the Dolphins, Washington, and then the Giants. Then we're into the playoff teams.
So, okay, who do you think is the next quarterback? I'm not saying in the first round, but like, who do you think is the next quarterback to go? Is it Kyle Trask?
Kellen Mond.
Kellen Mond, you're right. He's probably the next one. Now here you go. Does someone trade up into the late first round to get Kellen Mond?
I just don't see it.
Does Washington trade back to try and get him late? I don't think you do that for Kellen Mond, and that's not a knock against him. I mean, I guess.
And then he'll become like the next Russell Wilson or Dak Prescott. You know, these later quarterbacks.
Yeah.
If you let him go into the second or third, I mean.
Yeah. Man. It'll be fascinating.
All right, pick is in. Here comes the Arizona Cardinals selection at pick 6.
The Arizona Cardinals select Zavin Collins.
Oh, the linebacker that I wanted.
That's a good pick.
This is
That's a good pick.
Linebacker, Rich. He's almost 6'5". You see it there, 259 pounds. He actually went to the combine for the physical, was 270 pounds. This is a jumbo athlete who does some rare things when you watch him in coverage.
I was hoping Miami could get him. I thought that 18 would be a stretch, and here they are, Cardinals taking him at 16. So.
A positionless player. Somebody like they got Isaiah Simmons last year. They go back to that well this
Yeah, think about that. They have Isaiah Simmons and now Zavin Collins. So Raiders, Dolphins, football team, Giants next 4 picks.
I know we talked about Rodgers a little bit before, but they said that the report is Rodgers' preference would be the Niners. Not going to happen.
I just can't see that happening.
The Raiders or Broncos.
Yeah, I talked about that.
Yeah,
It must have been before you got here.
Yeah.
I said they're not trading him to the NFC. The 49ers would have to give up so much to do that.
But, like, here's the thing, though. One, that would be crazy interesting. But 2, I could see John Elway or John Gruden giving up everything for him. Like, I could see both those guys pulling the trigger on that. I know it's not technically John Elway's spot anymore, but I find it hard to believe he doesn't have a lot of influence still.
Oh, Patton is the guy, right? George Patton.
I mean, they already took their pick this year, so like it's probably not going to happen.
Right. Well, that's I'm trying to think now. You would have to be trading
all future
picks, like a first in 2022 and 2023, and probably one of your pass rushers. You have Chubb and Von Miller.
Right.
And
probably another first.
And you think 3 first rounders?
Yeah. For the current MVP, but he's 38.
But that's what I'm saying. Like you can't give up 3 future. He could be retired before they even use one of those picks.
Right. But so here's the thing: if he went to Denver, that offense, man,
with
They've got more talent.
Judy, Hamler, Sutton, Deshaun. They got Melvin Gordon in the backfield.
Yeah.
And Philip Lindsay left. Who do they have another? No, I guess
they
it was.
Do. They have.
I'm trying to think.
A couple other guys that they've always run out there. Because they can never keep their guys healthy yet, right?
Yeah.
How much time's on the clock here for?
3 minutes for Las Vegas, and then we're on to my Dolphins, and then we'll wrap up the stream.
I'm so excited about Devontae Smith, man.
I mean, I'm super excited about Jalen Waddle. I just feel like Micah Parsons to Dallas was a trump card. That's just, you know. But now I'm deflated because of Mac Jones to New England without them having to give up anything to go get him. Like, that's just...
Penn State hadn't had a linebacker taken in the first round in 21 years.
Like, that's crazy to me that Postlesny was an early second-round pick.
Yeah.
Like...
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember being...
Think about it. At the time, and he had a knee injury in his last game, like...
No, that was his junior year. He came back because he was in my graduating class. Because I remember being so excited. I think it was was it the Michigan State game, the last game of our freshman year when he was a true freshman playing linebacker. He picked off whoever the Michigan State quarterback was at the time and returned it for a touchdown. He was wearing 39 then. He wasn't even wearing 31. And then the next year, he's just a freaking beast on the 05 or the 04 team. No. Yeah, the 04 team. Yeah, because he was a senior in the fall of 2006, and we went to the Orange Bowl in January 2006. So,
by the way, Twitter is showing Jalen Hurts is very happy about.
Well, of course he's very happy.
His old teammate.
Right.
Yeah.
It's so funny that we could both be sitting here with two different teams, two different quarterbacks, saying, "Hey, we got former teammates of our quarterbacks."
Eagles just got Joe Flacco a weapon.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man. Hey, did you see? You probably saw this.
Pick is in.
Drago, 3 Wilson players got picked for LL All-Star game.
Oh, I did not see that.
It looks like maybe Chase, Jeff, and Troy. The picture is all cut off. I can't see it.
Was this recently?
It's an hour ago.
Oh.
So Vegas is picking here, right?
Las Vegas pick is in, yep. So I'll move that over shortly. So I'm looking for Drago. Why that didn't pop up. Pick is in. Last year they got Ruggs and Arnett. Ashcroft, Colson, and Corson.
No,
Tri-County All-Star Game, May 28th. South roster.
That makes sense because wasn't Ashcroft like LL Lyman?
Yeah. Very good, very good.
It is not often I get to break Wilson's news to you. If you want to count it.
Okay, we get into this pick.
So I think Austin's going to be upset about Michael Parsons.
Yeah.
But he'll be excited about Devontae Smith when I get to explain it to him.
All right. Goodell is walking out, so we're about ready to go. Here we go. Let's see what the Raiders are doing.
In the 2021 NFL Draft, the Las Vegas Raiders select Alex Leatherwood.
Oh, offensive lineman.
Alabama.
This one is a little bit of it's interesting pick because you talk to people around the league, they're all over the map on Alex Leatherwood. Some really like him, some struggle with him. He's played a lot of football at Alabama, started a lot of ball games. He's got quick feet. You see there on the bottom, opens gate. There's some technique stuff where he kind of opens that outside gate and allows some pressure. He needs to clean that up. It showed up at the Senior Bowl. But when he gets his hands on you, he's powerful, he's strong, he's going to be the first one off the bus. Exactly what you want the guy to look like when he gets there. He's got long arms, he's a good finisher, he plays physical. He saw a lot of the top rushers, again, playing in that conference in the SEC. Some people think he's a right tackle.
So, Alex Leatherwood is the pick,
So
which means my
interesting-
Dolphins are on the clock.
What's interesting is last year we already had a couple picks where we were like, what?
Yeah, I know, and we haven't really done
had
that.
Any of those this year? Like they all have made sense in my mind. I'm not saying they'll all be great. That's not obviously how that works. But every single one of the picks this year, I'm like, that makes sense. If anything, again, and we've addressed this, but if anything, the only one that really gives me any kind of pause is the Bengals not picking someone to protect him, but like we'll see, because they could pick linemen in their next two pick. You know what I mean? Like they could pick. You can get solid guys in the second and third round. So like, because that's absolutely where they have to go now, right? Like they have to protect. They have to go with protecting Burrows next.
Yep. So Alabama has 5 picks in the first 17 selections.
Matt Jones becomes the 11th player Bill Belichick has drafted that played under Nick Saban in college, extending the record for the most players taken by a pro-college coach combo in the common draft era. Well, they coach together, like so.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that is a little scary. Like,
Yeah, very much so.
it'll be interesting, man. Gear up for 17 weeks.
Pick is in.
There we go. Who do you think it is? Do you know who it is?
No, I don't. I'm not. I am. Sorry. I should. I'm on Twitter, but I'm retweeting the stuff that you sent to me or told me about. And I was reading an article about Corey Powers.
Who do you think they did?
I mean, I without thinking long term and in the moment, I want Najee Harris. Like, I want them to surround.
Yeah, Najee Harris would be a good pick here. Another Alabama guy.
Another Alabama guy, yeah.
He's the most talented one for me.
He's walking to the podium. Here we go. My Dolphins up.
Who would be happy with that, you think, right?
What's that?
Who would be happy with that?
They've done it all tonight, quite frankly.
Could be an offensive lineman. We talked about Darisaw.
Be happy about that too, I guess.
Defensively, linebacker, the guy from Notre Dame, Owosa Koroma.
The 18th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Miami Dolphins select Jalen Phillips,
The edge rusher.
Okay.
Yeah, he's the most talented edge
So
rusher. He's
I'm
very
okay with that
flexible. He can
because he has a very high ceiling. I believe he started at UCLA and transferred because Chip Kelly had sapped his energy for football. Like I'm not making that up. That's what he was not having fun playing football at UCLA for Chip Kelly. That's
Well, and he stays in Miami. He's got to be pumped.
yeah.
Like,
I definitely knew that was an option. I just was focused on the bigger name offensive.
that's all right.
So Miami uses both their first round picks. I'm fine with it. Like they got rid of Shaq Lawson in the trade with the Texans.
Yep.
They needed an edge rusher because they also got rid of Kyle Van Noy.
Yeah.
They needed someone to come in and be that formidable presence opposite Van Ginkel because they picked up Bernardrick McKinney from the Texans to put in the middle of the defense. I'm okay with that. He just has to develop. He has to deliver.
And you've got the defensive coaches there. Like, I think, hey, you know, you hope he can come through. As a rusher, you hope you get some impact this year. I know there is a bit of transition for a lot of those, like, rush guys. But
Yeah.
Yeah, it's solid. It's another solid pick.
It's,
Like,
I mean, yeah, I'm fine with it.
even the Raiders took a solid pick. Like, not one that we're like, what are they doing?
And I know he was expected to go anywhere from the mid-first to mid-second.
Yeah.
He has a high ceiling, and I think, but there just were some questions out there.
Right.
But hey, I have the utmost confidence in Brian Flores to get what he can out of these players. Right. So I'm fine with it. I'm super stoked about Jalen Waddle. I wanted Chase, but I'll take Waddle absolutely 100% fine with that.
Especially considering you didn't take him over Chase.
Right.
Like,
Yes, exactly. So. I think they made the right pick. The 18 is a little bit different because there's so many directions they could have gone. You knew they needed a receiver. They got him. I'm happy with what they got there. It's really wait and see on if Jalen Phillips ends up being a guy. If he ends up wrecking havoc and sacking Mac Jones a lot, I'll be happy about that. And Josh Allen. And Zach Wilson. Just take these guys down. I'm good with it. So Devontae Smith to the Eagles, you're stoked about that. Happy with the way everything went for the teams that we watched so far. Not going to get to your mom's Ravens picks, but we've been broadcasting for 2.5 hours. We won the Hawaii Bowl and moved on to year 2 in our NCAA Football 14 dynasty. We are off now the next 2 Sundays, this Sunday, May 2nd, and the following Sunday, May 9th. So happy early Mother's Days to all the wonderful moms out there, ours included, and then also the mothers of our children. And we are not broadcasting that day to spend time with them. So we will be back then in 3 Sundays, May 16th. Well, we will begin season 2 of our Florida Atlantic Owls dynasty in the college football game. And guess what? We're starting NFL divisional previews.
Nice.
NFC West will be up first like we usually do. So we got a lot to talk about there.
Maybe Seattle and the Packers will swap quarterbacks.
Oh, man. I can't see that happening, but who knows? Maybe we're going to go to sleep here and we're going to wake up and Aaron Rodgers was traded. So we'll see. Maybe the Raiders are going to send Leatherwood, Derek Carr, and Josh Jacobs. No, they don't need Josh Jacobs. They got Aaron Jones. What if they send like Henry Ruggs just to get Rodgers? But like if you're going to strip your team down, what's the point?
That's the thing. Like, yeah.
I don't know. But
it would be more interesting if Rodgers like only had a year left on his contract or something. But
yeah.
But I mean, it's one of those situations where I kind of feel like he holds all the cards. I know he technically doesn't based on contract stuff.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say like he does, but he doesn't at the same time.
But like, what is that team without him? We've seen them a number of times without Aaron Rodgers over the years.
And they go from 11-5 to 4-12.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, you're right. I don't know.
They're with the Lions as the worst team.
He holds all the card. I mean, they're just gonna withhold payment. Like that's all he's losing.
But like,
he could just retire. What if he pulls up Barry Sanders?
If there's a guy that would walk away. If there was an NFL quarterback who you could see just being like,
I'm done.
I could see it being Aaron
Oh,
Rodgers.
absolutely. The future host of Jeopardy.
Yeah, I thought he did a very nice job.
It was fine. I think he could. But he's a guy that would get better too. You know, so
reading the stories about how he studied and prepared for that was just awesome because you're like, he's going at it like a quarterback. He was doing film study, all kinds of stuff. It was nuts.
Good stuff. So enjoy the rest of the NFL draft. We're gonna sign off here for the evening now that my Dolphins are finished with their second pick. Gonna watch the rest of this event and then head to bed. And we'll be back in about 2.5 weeks to continue our play on the Xbox college football video game and start our NFL previews with the NFC West. So for Justin, I'm Joe Mays. Thanks for listening to episode 334 of the Joe Mays and J-Raff Show. We'll be back again in a few weeks.
That's a wrap on this episode of the Joe Mays and J-Raff Show, brought to you by Mays Sandwich Shop. Woo-hoo! You can watch each weekly episode live on Facebook, Periscope, or YouTube. Be sure to like, follow, or subscribe to the show on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, and Google Play. You can also rate and review us on many of these platforms as well. We'd love to hear from you. Send your emails to the Mays Sandwich Shop inbox at joemaysandjraff@gmail.com. The Joe Mays and J-Raff Show is a part of the JMNJR Radio Network, home to other productions such as the Bulldog Hour, Tangents with Friends, and Nat Chats with Dad. Until next time.